Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a team from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Jones. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Leaves it with the running back. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. The rambling wreck and the Dogs have been fighting it out for a long time. You know, people forget Georgia Tech was a charter member of the SEC. That was a long time ago. First meeting back in 1893.
Yeah, and reportedly they wanted to join the SEC later, and Georgia said no. But how about this? Tech has a line devoted to Georgia in their fight song about how much they hate them. So that gives you an idea of how deep the hate is.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
You want to get the crowd out of the game? Make it boring. Pound the football. Run the football right at them. It takes the juice away. It takes that sauce away. You don't get to those third down situations where they get absolutely bonkers, and it's hard for the quarterback to even think. Just run the football right at them.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. On the draw. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. The Dogs are on the move. Might as well give it to him again. Turning on the Jets. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. And the Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Behind the chains now on second and long. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. Makes a connection. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Hayes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Looking downfield is King. Escapes trouble. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Caught near the sticks. It's Rutherford. Wide run to the right. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
He dialed up a beauty on that last one. It got him inside the red zone. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 16. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. On target. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. Looking for the score. And to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Coming out with it, it's Jones. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Wants to throw. It's Stockton. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. Hits the crease. Touchdown, Georgia. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Number 91, set to advance on the football.
He'll call for the fair catch here. To the air on first down. Safe completion on the screen. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Georgia Tech, 7.
So they'll go back to work after changing into the field.
Let's go! Let's go!
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Lets it fly. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take
so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Fair catch called for and made. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early down.
He's loose. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Running into the open space. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Quickly out to the tight end.
Nice job on the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job on the D.
Out of the gun to give to the back. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left. We're going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. He's got him wide open. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's King. tight end finds a soft spot. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover. Pick up the first. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Motion from the wide receiver. Snapped it in the shotgun. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Unleashes to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
Offense just not able to get it clicking down here in the red zone. That's 3 straight incompletions, trying to fit the football into tight windows, but the timing not there, and now it sets up 4th down.
Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Branch. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To throw, it's Stockton. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. The Bulldogs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Little over anxious out of the stance early, and it's a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Might be calling a hot route. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads it left. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
To the air on second down. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. They got him down pretty quickly, but they're set up now at the 21-yard line.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. It's a reverse. Oh, he's got some space. And the ball's on the ground. And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
Start to get that offense going and start having success, you got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
The Dogs come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Wideout trying to get it in. They make the stop, but he got the one he needed and plenty more. It's first and goal. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the wideout. Back to throw, it's King. Bringing the heat. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
And the Dogs in a good spot here with second and short. Takes the handoff. It's Frazier. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
on first down from the 13-yard line. Oh, it's a reverse. They couldn't get anybody to bite on that one, and they'll stop him behind the line. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting some...
Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses getting really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires on the move. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. And the Yellow Jackets want to move quickly.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Off the play fake. Buys a little time with his feet. Showing the bravado, throwing it back to the right. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Longhorns will put total weather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give to the tailback. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And that's a live ball. And they were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
Ooh, offense really lucky there. Ball on the ground. Everybody's trying to make a scramble for it, and it just goes out of bounds. So the offense lucky to maintain possession.
Back to throw. It's Allard. It's a seam wide open. Oh, a lot of space. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back into play. Nice job by the offense. The defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll try the toss to the left. No, he got loose. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
What a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the Reds.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State!
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog, coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession 1, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards in field position. Makes the grab down the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run play action. Under heat, and he gets rid of it.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Quickly complete. Finds a little space. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. Can't get him to the ground.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Wide receiver going in motion. Grab behind the line. It's Wingo. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. And the Longhorns have this offense rolling. Dropping back, it's Manning. Pressure coming. It's complete to the left. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. On the ready.
Penn State 7, Texas 0.
So first down here as they go back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
Gets him away from trouble. That's a pickup of 6, marking at the 10.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Going to swing it on second down. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Handoff to the single running back. Wide open spaces. Looks as if he'll get it up to about the 14-yard line. The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. They'll try to run for it. Oh, he's got a chance. The Nittany Lions brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first.
Man, I do not want a guy that will dance. I want square shoulders to the line of scrimmage, take the snap, secure the football, play physical, and fall forward. Nice job by that running back getting the first down.
Scanning the field, it's Allard. Unloads to the right. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
So now it's second and long. Motion from the back. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. Now the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete. And the Nittany Lions will try to pin them back with the punt.
It's been a tale of two drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up one first down, but really nice job there on that third down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Pulls it in. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge game down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts. Small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
The Longhorns come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Needs it to keep this drive alive. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Your decision to go for it on fourth down has a lot to do with your kicker. How strong is his leg? Some of these guys nowadays, they can boot the ball 50, 60 yards, no problem. Do I believe in him or do I go for it? And they believed in their offense, they went for it, and they got the first down.
He'll be run out of bounds right at the 25.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some
touchdown Longhorn! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
This offense really struggled in the first half, but how about taking the last possession down the field, punching 6 on the board with a chance to tie this football game up. Low scoring, but nice job finishing this half with a touchdown.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point is good. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Allen. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Here's the give off the left side. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. To the air, it's Allard. Throws to the tight end. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball to make sure that throw falls incomplete.
He's going for the big play. He's got it up to 30. Flying down the left side. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Makes the quick grab. Turning it on. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. From the gun, the ground game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
I'll tell you what, really good job by the defense, having vision on the quarterback. And as soon as he threw that football, man, they broke on the football right away, didn't waste time, and got the running back on the ground for no gain.
And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Well, it's an unfortunate drop by the tight end there, and he's a guy they just have not been able to get him involved in this football game. We're here in the second half, and this guy still doesn't have a catch.
They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the big fella. He'll be knocked out of bounds a couple of yards short, and that's a stop for the defense. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Off play action. He's going to throw deep right side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. He might want another play. On fourth down, looking to pass. Buying some time. It's dropped. Oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They'll move the wide receiver. Dropping back, it's Manning. Starts to scramble to the left. There he goes. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing I've got man coverage. If it's not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The hand to the running back. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
The extra point here would tie the game. Oh, and the extra point is blocked. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Gets rid of it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
This time it's complete. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. So we open the final period with a third down play. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Lots of running room. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
And this time they're waiting for him, and he only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Through the air, it's Albert. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
And that is big time late in the game that you can trust your quarterback to still throw the football because you know it's only a few more first downs, and this one's over. Nice to have a guy like that you can trust.
The Nittany Lions are flying down the field. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Yeah, I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
Well, two things you're thinking about here offensively is, one, you want to take as much time off the clock. But two, you really want to score another touchdown to make this a 2-possession game. You could almost ice it if you can find a way to get in the end zone here. Just take your time. Don't snap it too quickly.
They want to run this quarterback. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult for him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming. You don't let that speed get to the outside.
And the Longhorns backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Back to pass. He's got it. He finds a little bit of room to operate. He goes out of bounds at the 12. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the 1st down. The Longhorns will move the sticks.
Well, nice job finding a crease to go get that first. And Dave, there's just some running backs out there that feel like they have that sixth sense. They just know where the marker is. They know where that 1st down marker is, and they're just able to find a way to fall forward and get it.
And I love when they don't dance. Know the situation, right? Don't bounce things that don't need to be bounced. When I need to stick my face in there and lower my shoulder and get a couple yards, I got to know the situation. Great job by him running the ball physical and finishing the run for a 1st down.
Gets it to him on the screen. A 6-yard pickup that leaves him with 3rd and 4. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gain.
Complete downfield. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left.
It's so hard for these DBs to try to match up with this guy one-on-one, the back end. He's just too big, and he's just able to run the corner out-muscle everybody for the football, and haul in the catch.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. The throw. He's got the back in the middle. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the 1st down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
And it took everything he had, but he barely gets it in there. Celebration erupts on the sideline as they take the lead in the final seconds. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Aller. A deep throw as the clock winds down. It's incomplete. A last gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at, and I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another